This isn't an Fool's joke at all. I am trying to test the system to go live for you guys and for the community at different ways and different meanings. Invite guests, maybe do some live podcasting where I invite my podcast guests to come in inside the community, do a full podcast interview with them. And then once that's done, you guys have initial first view of the podcast. We're live. Okay, so hello, Cozy Couch community. I am doing a test on setting up my streaming service to go live inside of Cozy Couch, something that Lauren and I have been trying to accomplish. And I finally went through the long list of instructions and figured it out. There's a little bit of loopholes to do it. So I'm live. I can see it on my phone. I can see it in my browser. I can see it in my streaming service. I'm now recording what we're doing inside of my streaming service. So I will always have this where I can redistribute the content that I go live with inside of the group. It's actually my podcast streaming service where I record my podcast called Riverside. I'm actually using Riverside via the information that I had to plug into the parts to go live in the Cozy Couch community. So I could invite people in. If you leave a message in the comments right now when I'm live, I can copy the address and send it over to you right now, and you can come in and we can see how it looks with multiple people being added into the live event. So if you're watching now, I don't know if you are, it is 9:15 in the morning in on the East Coast. So all my West Coast people are probably still snoozing, or I've already been on conversations with Michelle Costa. Of course, she's up all times at night. She was texting me at 6:30 this morning, 7 o'clock this morning. So that means that it was 5 a.m. her time. So my question is, did she not go to bed, or did she wake up early? So if she's listening now and seeing this, leave a message in the comments. I can see comments if people leave it right here, how many people are viewing, and then I can cut and paste different things into those comment sections if you wanted to go live with me right now. So I'm going to paste that in there right now. So it's the first comment you see. If you want to come in live and test this with me, feel free to do that. Being in wonderful Ohio, it looks nice and sunny outside, but you can tell I've got a hat on. I was just outside throwing away some trash, and it was a little bit chilly, and I'm pretty much tired of the cold now. So not enough to move to Florida or any southern states, but when it's April 1st, it's time to get warm, right? So let's all say something to the sun gods out there to bring some warmth to the northern part of the country. This isn't an Fool's joke at all. I am trying to test the system to go live for you guys and for the community at different ways and different meanings. Invite guests, maybe do some live podcasting where I invite my podcast guests to come in inside the community, do a full podcast interview with them. And then once that's done, you guys have initial first view of the podcast because it's live in our group and you can tune in. And then from there, I can, because it's recorded at the same time inside of my Riverside podcasting app, I can do some quick editing, add my intro, outro, my music, my cold opening, and boom, put it to my service and call it a podcast. So very cool to be able to do that. Now that I'm live and it's working, it is the possibilities are endless. What we can do to create, I can create classes, podcasts, webinars, do it all within my Riverside. And I'll teach Lauren because she has Riverside as well. She just recently got a Riverside account through me and my services. And she'll be able to do this once I teach her for her stuff too. Because one of the things that she came to me with, I'm a problem solver. I don't know if you know that. So one of the things that I hang my hat on is that I solve problems, whether that be in the medical industry for the last 26 years, someone being sick, I do everything I can to solve that problem that they're having that day, but it also extends into my business side of things. I most of the time, I shouldn't say most of the time, every time I talk to someone who's a new client or a potential new client or a collaborator or even someone that someone connects me with, as I talk to them and get to know them, I basically just do a lot of questions, have a lot of questions, have a lot of listening, do some talking too. Everybody knows I'm a talker. If you haven't known me yet, you know that I can talk, hence why I came in live and I've been babbling now for 7 minutes. Basically, I help people solve problems. Now, recently, in the last, 6 to 8 months, I'm solving podcasting problems. I'm also a voiceover actor. So people who need voiceover work or need a female voiceover, I've got connections. Male voiceover, Hispanic speaking voiceover, I've got a few people in my go-to stack of folks that if anybody ever needs voiceover for anything that they're doing, it doesn't always have to be me. I can find someone to do the voiceover for you. So I'm a problem solver, like I said. So one of the problems that Lauren had, then one of the first few times we talked, one of the things that she had that was a problem with her is that she said that she wanted to make sure that the lives that she has been doing inside of Facebook, she could repurpose. And there is a way to do that. You can download the video, but that's a lot of work. So my solving was, hey, how could we capture your live in a system that once the live is done, the system recorded it for you outside of Facebook, and you can repurpose it properly through channels, make shorts, make it a podcast, extract the transcript from it, write a blog from that. The possibilities are endless. So from now on, once I teach Lauren how to do this, or I go live in the community, we'll be able to do all those things that I just said. Make it a podcast, make them shorts and reels and TikToks, make the content a blog, make the content, if someone's teaching something and we need a PowerPoint presentation made from it, take the transcript, tell ChatGPT to make a PowerPoint slide deck, and boom, now we've got something that we can teach in a later session or at a summit or what have you. The possibilities are endless. In the chat, anything that you can think of that if it would benefit you to record your live at the same time that you're going live and then repurpose that with very little work and effort afterwards. And I'll show you when I go off of live here, once it's done doing its thing up in the cloud, I'll edit it. I'll make it into a podcast episode and I'll repost it inside the group of what it created. And I'm kind of curious on what that timing will be. I'm thinking I can get it done within like 10 minutes and have it repurposed with shorts and everything, but I'm not sure. So it'll be a test because this whole thing was a test. That's why the post is labeled Riverside Chat Test. Yeah. So yeah, this is neat. I'm excited to see that. And I'm not sure if I'm live in my own, like on my own Facebook or just in the Cozy Couch. I told the Cozy Couch community, yeah, I'm on my phone and it says I'm live, but I'm not live in my own group, own personal page, because the way I set it up, I told it to go live inside of Cozy Couch. So I'm only live inside of Cozy Couch. And if I do a search for Cozy Couch and I'm inside Cozy Couch now, yep, it shows that I'm live. So very neat, very neat. So I'm excited to see this. 11 people have viewed it. One comment, that's me. Just learning this system. The other day I was on live through Becky's group with the Empowered Entrepreneur group. And it was one of the first times I ever went live. So I learned a lot. First of all, I went live. She suggested I go live on my phone, which I did. I had my phone upside down, so the camera was facing me a little bit better and the cord would not get in the way of my tripod that was holding the phone. Well, Facebook doesn't invert. So when I first showed up, I was upside down and I was like, oh, and luckily I was monitoring my live on a different phone. And I saw that I was upside down and I turned it really quick and people had to watch me turn it. But nonetheless, that was something that was a learning experience. And I know now, but through my normal webcam that I'm on right now, that you're seeing me through, I need to adjust it just a little bit. I kind of rushed into this to get on to see if I can make things connect. And next thing you know, it's connected. So, yeah, so that's it. I don't want to sit and babble forever, but if you have any ideas of what going live and recording that live in real time in a program can do for you, put it in the comments. Like what other ideas that if you had the content that very shortly after you went live, without re-downloading the information from Facebook, which you can do. Now, I believe if you go live in the community, I think Lauren's the only one that can download the videos. videos because she made me an admin and I tried to go in and see if I could download old videos and I could not. She was the only one that could download them. But then that's a large file that then she has to ship off to someone to get edited. So what I'm talking about is through Riverside, me setting up the live stream feature, going live in the group, doing whatever I wanted to talk about that day, bring value, bring a new idea, and then as soon as the live is over, Facebook stays, and I have captured the video that I created, and I go into the editing software of Riverside, which is one in the same. You record, go live, and edit all in one program and distribute. It distributes it through RSS feeds. It'll distribute it through Facebook Reels, YouTube Shorts. It creates all that with a couple of presses of a button. Plus, I can go in and fix audio, take out my ums and my ahs, take out any long pauses that I just did there on purpose. That was about a 1.5, 2 second pause. I can click one button that says take all pauses out that are more than 1 second, more than half a second. Got different things that I can do inside the software that makes things so much faster for post-production. So yeah, so this is great. I was hoping a few people would come in and make comments so I could interact and we can maybe even bring someone in as a guest. But it's, like I said, it's early. Everybody's shaking the cobwebs off. Maybe they're not wanting to put a hat on and try to match my look because I'm telling you right now, I look stellar. But that's okay. Like I said, this was just a test, me playing around with something before I got on with my day, and it seems to work. And I can't wait to see all of the different things that Lauren and myself through Riverside will be able to create for you and then sandwich that off. Like I said, the possibilities are endless. The first things that hit my mind, because I'm a podcast, business strategist, is, I have 2 podcasts of my own, Elevate and Ignition Path, shameless plug. In the comments below, I'll put links to both of those podcasts. I'm always looking for guests. One, Elevate is a mental health podcast for first responders. So if you do anything in the mental health space and you believe that your information can help a first responder, if you're a first responder yourself, please reach out to me. Let me know that you want to come on that podcast and I will feature you. Could it possibly be if you're a member in this group, we go live for the group, record the podcast, and then I ship it to the rest of the stuff that I normally ship podcast, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube. And I take the same exact live podcast that the group got to see exclusively first and then push it out to the rest of the world once I'm done recording. So that's an idea. Second podcast, Ignition Path, another shameless plug. Ignition Path podcast is my business podcast where I bring on entrepreneurs and we talk about the path through entrepreneurship that they've had. Ignition Path, we want to ignite the fire within people for their entrepreneurship. We want to talk about their struggles. We want to talk about the path that they took through entrepreneurship. Were they entrepreneurs since they were a kid like myself? Did they become entrepreneurs because of a job change? Because one person that was on there was a teacher for years. Actually, 2 different people that have been on my podcast were teachers for years. They wanted to do something different, and COVID kind of forced their hand to do that. They did it. They are now, one of my podcast guests is now in, I think, Costa Rica on a retreat doing what she does to help her people that she created. Another one of my podcast people that came on my podcast, one of my guests, guests, she was teaching in a different country and she started to do a secondary gig for coaching, and her teaching community, her district, if you will, for lack of better terms, I'm not sure what they call it in that country, they basically said it's teaching or the coaching business. You can't do both. It's a conflict of interest. And she scratched her head and was like, what? So she told them to go pound sand, and she went wholeheartedly full force into her coaching business. And congratulations to her. She just had her first, and she's in this group, Lauren Devine. She had her first in-person speaking summit in her hometown, and where she had some of her guests that came on her podcast come in and do an in-person speaking event. So I just want to say congratulations to her for doing that and for getting that started. She only started podcasting maybe 3 months ago, and now she's already doing her own live events with existing podcast guests that came on her channel. So yeah, so the possibilities are endless. Please, please, please put a comment in the comment section of ways that you could utilize having a recording and a live at the same time, and then repurposing that very efficiently instead of going back. Everybody can do the go back retro. Heck, I can right click and grab a video and put it into a special software that I have that grabs the software or grabs the video off of YouTube or Facebook and puts it into a program, and then it renders, and then you have to put it into another editing program and then do what you need to do. But this is a way to cut out all of that back end, extra work and do it in real time while you're not while you're recording, but get it recorded while you're speaking in real time. And as soon as the live is over, click a few buttons. It makes an episode. It makes a long form content that you can share on Facebook or YouTube or Vimeo, any place that you would want to share videos or shorts that the video breaks up. So very cool. Wasn't expecting this to go this long and was going to tear it down as soon as I was done. But one of the things that I want to leave up, I'll go ahead and leave this up because I think the thought process and whoever else sees this of what other people from the Cozy Couch community can suggest that we do with recordings when we're live and go from there. I mean, I know Zoom does it too, but I don't know if Zoom keeps the video. I know Zoom doesn't have an editing software inside of their program. So that's what's cool about Riverside is it's a multi-function program. It's web-based, so it's no download of any type of programs. There is an app on Apple and your phone, so you can go live and do it from your phone as well, not just a computer. But then when you're done recording, it organizes it, keeps it in different studios. You can have multiple studios to have different topics and different, like I have 4 or 5 studios. A couple are podcast studios. Each one of my podcasts is a different studio, so I can keep things organized. And then once the recording's in there, that's where the magic happens. I click a button that starts editing. I take out my ums and ahs, like I said. I take out any silences. I take out anything that background noise, like you won't have background noise. I've got a professional studio, so you're not really hearing any background noise, plus a good microphone that takes away the air conditioner, the HVAC that is right to my right below me right here. I have my air duct that shoots air up and I hear but you don't hear it in the mic, even if I were to be quiet, because this microphone actually keeps that away. It only captures what's coming in from my mouth. Even if I go sideways, you hear me, but you don't hear me as well. So I have a very good setup when it comes to that. Don't need a great setup like this to do podcasting. Like I said, you can podcast from your phone. It's super simple through Riverside, super easy. Put your AirPods in, put your headphones in and hit record and boom, now you're doing a podcast. Put your phone on something, nice and solid so it's not shaky, and you're creating a recording that you can do whatever you want with it. So that is I don't see on Facebook Live, and it says 19 minutes, where I've been live in Riverside for 21 minutes, but that was because I had to set that up, make sure that it's connected. So on the Facebook group, I've been live for just under 20 minutes. Inside of my system, I'll have a 21, almost 22-minute recording. Took me a couple minutes to make sure everything lined up right. But I'll just chop it off. When I'm done with the recording, it goes right into edit phase if you want it to. And I just tell it where to chop and I tell it what to do. I'll put it together like a monologue, and we'll go from there. You'll see the content that this little live made and what I can do with it. So once again, thanks everybody for all the support and different things that you've done throughout the last couple of weeks with myself on a few of the lives and a few of the teachings. Don't forget, I'll also put in the comments the free webinar that Lauren and I are putting on tomorrow to introduce our podcasting co-op. If you've ever wanted a podcast and wanted to dip your toes into podcasting, please, please, please come to the podcasting co-op webinar. It's just informational. Ooh, my microphone. It's just informational. We will have an application process for people that are serious about wanting to start a podcast and only wanting to do a little bit in the beginning, dipping their toes into it, making sure it's what they want to do, working with Lauren and I how to set up a podcast all that information will be talked about tomorrow in depth, all of the procedures, all of the application process. Right now, we'll only be taking a very small number of people to actually do it since it's our first try with it, but we will expand, and we have some super exciting ideas about how to expand it. The only way I can think about it is there's a co-op business in-person brick and mortar building called Cohatch. If you've ever heard of Cohatch, maybe in different cities in different parts of the world, they're called something else. But what Cohatch is a co-op business building, where you have one building with multiple rooms and everybody has a different business inside of that, and they rent the space and they have common space. Same concept for the podcasting co-op is we'll have a co-op where you'll learn how to podcast through myself. You'll learn business strategies through Lauren and myself, and we'll have a podcast. You'll have a podcast talking about your topic. I will produce it. I will send it out weekly to the different places, and you will have 2 or 3 other people that are podcasting the same way, and you will get to know each other. You'll work with each other in the group setting on a monthly basis. Pretty good opportunity, pretty neat little concept that Lauren and I have created. Lauren's idea, once again, she came to me with a different problem other than just going live on Facebook and holding the content and being able to repurpose it. One of the other problems she mentioned to me was this co-op idea. She didn't know how to put it all together with podcasting. And I slept on it one night, woke up in the morning, had the idea and had the structure of how we could do it, sent her a private message with all the ideas of how we could do it. And next thing you know, 3 weeks later, we're now promoting it to get people into podcasting and to make sure that they do it efficiently. They do it so it doesn't take up a lot of time of their day, but it also creates a way for them to meet new people and meet businesses out there that are like-minded together, create collaborations, maybe possibly podcasting has created my ideal client. I have got clients through my podcast before as guests and as listeners. So podcasting has a whole different way inside of my brain and what I teach, how podcasting can be used inside your business. And that's what you'll learn inside of the co-op, as well as of how to podcast, what mics to use, what if you don't have a mic and don't have the budget for a mic, that's okay. Do you have a cell phone? Does your cell phone have a AirPods or a wired connection for, listening? And even if it doesn't, you can still do it. This program has echo cancellation. It is very dynamic. A lot of stuff I can do to help people that are in the idea of doing a podcast, but they think it's just too much work. I encourage you. Click on the link inside the description, register for the webinar tomorrow that Lauren and I are putting on, and you will get a very, very clean and understanding way of how to use podcast, why you should use a podcast, and why your business shouldn't go without having a podcast. We'll talk all about that, along with the specifics about how we're doing the co-op. So once again, I'll put that in the link. Let me go grab that right now. Maybe let me grab that. I got to find out where it is. And I will put that link in the chat so you can register. And I'll get off here really soon, and we'll call it a day and go live next time, possibly with other people predetermined. Instead of inviting people in on the fly, I'll have a couple of people that are ready to come in. So I will put this link right now, and then I'll jump off just so I'm doing it in real time. Here is the link for the podcast registration. And inside of that podcast too, I do have a free giveaway, an ebook that I'll give people that show up. So please, you're going to get a lot of value. You're going to learn about the podcasting world and why it's so important to have a podcast. You're also going to learn about the co-op that Lauren and I have created and how that will function and work. And by the end of the webinar, I'll send out a free ebook that you can dive deeper into podcasting. So for now, thanks so much. Like I said, didn't mean to go this long, but it went there, and it is what it is. And I appreciate you if you leave comments. I appreciate you if you tuned in live, and hope to talk to you real soon. Take care, everybody.